whole because I had not completed the orientation. So I am seeking better understanding because now you're saying that I'm not required to do the work search, but they told me that I had to, and they had my case on hold until I finished the orientation with you.
So give me a moment. What I'm going to do is make sure that you have a clear understanding of what you should do.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what they were actually advising you. I'm going to make sure that you understand this.
Okay, yes,
So give
ma'am.
me just a second. Let me look up everything.
Yes,
and I'll
ma'am.
tell you step by step.
It's
Now, while I'm looking this up, I would advise that you get a pen and a paper
yes,
so you can
ma'am.
write this down.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Just a second. Okay.
It's appreciated.
Yes, ma'am.
And just while you're looking that up and pulling it up, just a little bit of backstory. Yeah, they had my case on hold until I completed the orientation with you. And once I submitted the paperwork, that's when they finished it for me. And I'm speaking of HHS when I say
Yeah.
they had my case on.
Understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. No worries. I'm going to walk you through step by step so you can understand exactly what
Yes,
is
ma'am.
expected of you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm still here. I'm just reading the information I'm looking at. I see they sent you a letter on yesterday. Probably haven't gotten it yet.
Who?
Then there was a letter on the Health and Human Services. There was a letter on the 15th that said you were eligible for benefits from 5/1 until 9/30 of 2025 for $292. Maybe on the 9th of the month, every 9th of the month, you receive the benefits. You talked about your child support. So I'm not seeing where you say anything. I don't see anything where it says on hold for you because
No. It's no longer on hold. It's not on hold anymore. I was
What were we looking for?
Ma'am.
What were we looking for then? Because that's what you stated, that you needed to understand why your benefits or anything that you're needing is on hold because you needed to speak with Workforce Solutions. Am I correct in saying that?
No, you said you were looking up to see what my requirements were because from what you're seeing, I am not needing to do the work search logs. But if a letter comes to me that I need to reach out to do the orientation. So that's what that's what I thought. That was my understanding of what you were looking up. You just told me that I'm not needing to do the work search log.
Yes, ma'am. But you also mentioned that you had a hold on your case.
Yeah,
you mentioned that.
Yes, ma'am. It was on hold. Because they pardon me, I apologize. They requested 2 additional documents from me when my interview was done. I went ahead and submitted one of the documents because I had it readily available. So I went ahead and submitted it. But the second document was the form H-1822, which I needed a signature on, and I couldn't get that signed until my orientation was completed. The documents that they were requesting from me were due on the 9th, and my orientation was not set until the 14th. So therefore, my due date to have it submitted had passed. The case was still on hold. So when I got the orientation completed, I went ahead and immediately uploaded it after she signed it for me. It was on hold, pending that form. My case was on hold, pending that form.
Here's what we talked about. Sure. Here's what we talked about in the beginning. When Roxy sent you an email and I asked, did you read it? And you said you just went there to go get the template. Here's another scenario where the reading was important. It's imperative. Here it says the required actions, which you also mentioned, 2 forms, 2 verification proofs. One was the check, a canceled check or an insurance company statement or a receipt. The next one was the 1822 form. You could have simply came here in one of the offices, or when you spoke with Roxy, or when you spoke with the representative to schedule that orientation, to let them know that you had an 1822 form that needed to be complete. Period. The 1822 form that says it's required does not say anything about an orientation. It simply says the form.
Okay, I understand that it does not say anything about the orientation. I get that part. But in order for me to, this is what HHS was saying, in order for me to receive my benefits, not that the form had only needed to be signed, it needed to state that I was complying with Workforce Solutions rules. I needed to be actively completing work searches. I could not submit it stating that no, she's not she's not participating in the program. It couldn't state that. In order for my benefits to be released, it had to say I was participating. I couldn't submit it just with the signature saying, no, she's not completing. She's not participating. It had to specifically say that I was participating. So yes, you are correct. I could have gotten it signed before my orientation, but they would have checked the box stating that I was not participating. I could not submit it to HHS stating that I was not participating in order to receive my benefits. It had to say that I was participating. So in order for them to check the box saying that I was participating, I had to complete the orientation. The orientation wasn't scheduled until the 14th. That's the reason why I had to wait till the 14th to get the signature. The reason I had to wait was because I needed the box checks stating that I was participating. Is she or is she not participating? Ma'am?
You wouldn't have to wait. No, ma'am, you didn't have to wait.
That's what they told. I'm just repeating what HHS said.
Don't worry. We can't do nothing that happened in the past. Have you gotten the form with the box checks already? Do you need me to do it for you now? Or where are we standing right now?
The form has already been submitted. It has already been submitted. That was not the reason for my call today. The reason I was reaching out was because I was wanting to see if they received my work search log because it was due on yesterday. And because I was late in submitting the form, I wanted to make sure that they had gotten it because I noticed that it was due now by noon on Mondays. And so I was like, okay, well, I submitted it, but it was a little late. Let me call and speak with someone live to confirm that they've gotten it and everything is okay with my case with TWC because I submitted it a little late. But now you're stating that I'm not even required to even do the search logs. So that's where I was with you when you said that, okay, well, let me look up to see everything that you're needing to do. That's new information to me because HHS is stating that I cannot get my benefits unless I'm doing the work search logs. And you're stating that I'm not required. You see what I'm saying? I'm only doing what HHS told me to do.
No worries. We've already resolved it, which is that you needed the document signed to show that you are cooperating with Workforce Solutions. Once you receive the outreach letter to say, hey, we need you to follow up with us so that you can schedule the orientation, then we'll schedule the orientation. But as of now, you follow the guide, which is to complete those 2 required documents, you forward it back to Health and Human Services,
Yes,
and then
ma'am.
you'll still maintain your benefits.
Yes, ma'am. They're saying that they're telling me that I need to do it with you, and now you're telling me that I don't. So I'm like, what? That's
what.
what.
Have to do it.
Yes, ma'am. That's what. So I guess I'll just reach back out to HHS. I appreciate it, ma'am.
But I'm looking at System and Health and Human Services. They're already processing everything. What I just read you and it says the benefits that you have coming, you've already completed. This was
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've completed everything.
They completed already.
But I completed my orientation last week, but now you're stating that if I get a letter saying to come and do my orientation, to immediately call you, which I know to do that anyway. But why would I need to redo my orientation if I've just done it and I'm already completing the logs? You see what I'm saying?
Because you were not required. So
yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to make sure that you understand so you don't have to be confused about what your next steps are.
Yes, ma'am.
I can only say it if you don't take it in, if you don't understand
ma'am. I got it. I got it.
I
got it.
Okay.
I will reach back out to them. I appreciate it so much. I thank you for your time and, you taking the time to explain it and everything. I appreciate it. I don't want to come across. Ma'am.
No, you're okay. You're okay. get your account to make sure that if in the future if something happens, all the information is there.
Okay. So do I need to do the other 3 logs because that she gave me a
No,
don't even do
you want to
that,
do it for practice?
ma'am?
You want to do it for practice? You want to do it for practice?
No.
Sit up and watch you some soap operas and news or something.
Yes,
Just relieve
ma'am.
your mind. You're good.
I
You did everything
appreciate
you're supposed to do and beyond. You're good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
right.
You
Have
have
a
a
good
good
afternoon.
evening. You too.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.